Yo, what's good, everybody? I just want to touch on the Errol Spence, Terence Crawford situation. Um, I don't think they formally sat down with each other. Terrence, I don't think he sat down with Al Heyman or nobody because he doesn't have a promoter. Terence Crawford is a free agent, and what's been holding up this fight is Errol Spence believes he deserves 60-40, and Terence Crawford believes that it should be 50-50. Right now, they are still at that standstill, and I don't know. I mean, I just assumed that the highest pay per view numbers get the 60-40. You know what I'm saying? Especially with Terence Crawford and Sean Porter doing 135K pay per views. I really wish that was higher. You know what I'm saying? Because that really makes Bud look bad in the negotiations. Because Errol Spence did like 325K with Sean Porter. And Bud, he don't want to take the 60-40 because of his accomplishments, but it's the negotiations on pay-per-view split. It's not about that. It's about who sells the most pay-per-views. You know what I'm saying? By the time Manny Pacquiao fought Floyd Mayweather, he was just as accomplished. I'm pretty sure he didn't get 50-50. Floyd Mayweather was sending all the offer sheets and all that. And Terence Crawford, he let Amir Khan get more money than him. Khan got like 7, he got like 3 or 4. Just stuff like that. I just don't see why he can't do it with Errol Spence. He even was willing to take 20% with Manny Pacquiao. 40 million to 10 million. He didn't sign that contract because it wasn't no proof of funds. But I just feel like the ego of these two, it's gonna end up not getting made. At least not next. The only two things that I see Bud can do to really even out this negotiations with Errol Spence is if he fight Keith Thurman and it do like a astronomical amount of numbers, or he can do what I think that he is capable of doing, moving up and knocking off Jamel Charlo. But the thing about that, Jamel Charlo will have to win his very tough fight at Undisputed against Brian Castano because Brian Castano got the WBO belt and Terence Crawford only got one belt at 147. That's WBO. And the WBO lets you move up a weight class and challenge the WBO champion. And if Jamel Charlo was to beat Castano and become undisputed, he would be that champion. And he, instead of going up to fight for one belt, he'll be fighting for 4. And then if he was to be successful, he can wait on Errol Spence up there because Errol Spence, he a big dude. He can't wait at 147 for too much longer. But other than that, I don't see what he can do. I think it's 60-40 Errol Spence. If you compare the pay-per-view numbers, it's like Errol Spence got like double or triple the pay-per-view numbers Bud got. It's just really no denying Spence. And Spence got 2 belts to his 1. I just don't see nowhere else it can go. And it don't seem like these two dudes are coming off of their square. You know what I'm saying? And another thing I want to say that might uh that might stop this fight as well is Josh Taylor. He fights in February and he defends his undisputed against Jack Catterall. And like I said about Bud and Jamel, Josh Taylor is looking to do the same thing. After that fight, he is likely to be pushing for the Terence Crawford fight because he was just trying to get the fight right now, but Bud wasn't interested in that fight. But like I say, Josh Taylor, he's undisputed, so he has the WBO belt, so he can move up and challenge Terence Crawford. You know what I'm saying? What if Crawford is in the middle of Spence negotiations and now Josh Taylor comes through? You know what I'm saying? Putting a stop to the fight. But if Spence and Crawford don't fight immediately next, that might be trouble for us. I'm just saying. And Bud's getting older. He'll be 35 next year. It just, I don't know, the business, it's not really looking great on this, in my eyes, as far as Spence and Crawford, because neither of them are willing to budge. And they got a right to, but it's just, in my mind, I feel like Spence deserved a 60-40. But I just wanted to touch on that. I'll be back, y'all.